If you've clicked on this video, then you've probably heard of games like Rollercoaster Tycoon, Planet Coaster, and maybe even Parkitect. But the game I'll be talking about today doesn't even have a Wikipedia article and was made by the same company that make Beyblades. Yeah, it's gonna be a bit of a strange video. And did I mention that this game was made for children but has music and scenes that probably traumatized an entire generation of millennials? Yeah, we'll get to that. Here's something that I managed to find within a minute of gameplay. Number of people missing. And if you don't want to go missing in my theme park, consider subscribing to the channel. Released in 2003 for PS2, Rollercoaster World is a theme park management game created by Japanese toy company Takara. I managed to pick this game up for dirt cheap second hand, only paying 50p, which is 0.67 freedom bucks for the Americans out there. With how low the cost was, I was beginning to feel like a character from one of those badly written creepypastas you'd find on forums in the 2010s, where someone buys cursed Mario Kart and gets sucked into the game by evil Mario or something. Like most other theme park sims, your objective is to build a profitable park filled with rides, roller coasters, and things to keep the guests happy, such as food stalls, ticket booths, and benches. There are 3 game modes: management mode, which is what I just described, challenge mode, where you have to build coasters to increasingly difficult specifications over the course of 5 stages, and quick mode, where you can watch some of the criminal coaster designs the developers have created. One thing I love about the game is that you can change things such as the time of day and even the location of your park. I mean, look at all these options. City, city with mountain, desert island, regular desert, mountain, and jungle. You can even see the difference in free roam when there's a mountain. Using the investment tab, you can unlock the gift shop, which allows you to purchase 1 of 3 items: running shoes, jumping shoes, and like found in all gift shops, a fully functioning jetpack. I'll make sure to grab one next time I head to Thorpe Park. These items can be used in free roam and are quite fun to play around with. I even made a parkour course for the jumping shoes. The coaster designer in this game is the most unique I've ever seen. It's oddly reminiscent of 3D modelling software such as Maya or Blender, and just as irritating to learn. No, that's not what I want to do. Oh my god! Oh my god! What have I done? After controlling the editor worse than the average UK driver, I eventually got the hang of it and built a coaster that only ended the life of 1 person. Okay, so it might sometimes kill people, but on the test run it didn't, so I think we're not liable for that. Now at this point, everything I'd seen wasn't really that scary. I was beginning to think that all these comments on YouTube videos were just from children who got scared easily. I think we all had media we consumed as kids that terrified us and left us with nightmares for a few days. We inevitably return years later to see what terrified us so much, only to find that the effect it once had on us is gone. For me, I remember this one show I always watched while eating breakfast with my dad. It was called Raven and was a reality TV show where contestants had to complete fantasy-style challenges, but if they failed there were these demons that would take you away. This terrified me when I was 6, but really isn't that scary anymore. Unrelated, but why was the presenter so cute? He was the only reason I watched through the fear. Despite not being a child, there is something off about this game. When you change the background music, you can stumble upon track 17, which is the track I showcased in the beginning of the video. While playing, you get messages about children going missing in your park. At first, there are no people and it feels quite empty, a problem many PS2 games have due to limited hardware. Then you enter the first-person mode, which allows you to explore your park and even ride rides. While here, people start appearing, the issue being they're PNGs, cardboard cutouts that forever face the same direction, lacking any human feel. This must have been added to make your park feel alive, but it's actually quite creepy. Like that village in Japan which has been filled with life-sized dolls to make the town feel less abandoned after everyone left. But let's be honest, that's not why you clicked on this video. I mentioned how you can ride rides in the first-person mode. One of these is the haunted house, and this is where the scariest part of the game lies. I have a feeling the video game censors missed this because this sure as hell isn't suitable for 3-year-olds. I feel like the game developers created this while bored and implemented it for shits and giggles. As someone who's made games in the past, I know how monotonous some parts of the process are, and it seems like they had some fun. I think the childhood trauma was a small price to pay, and I don't think I'd be talking about it if it wasn't for this. The gameplay of the Haunted House minigame is simple. Make it through each maze-like level and find the exit. The only issue being that you've got ghost friends with you who can phase through walls. And as a player, you're allergic to physical touch, much like a Discord moderator. When a ghost is near, you're not only warned by them emitting a sound worse than my tummy after consuming dairy, but your controller also vibrates. This is a really cool feature, but it gets a bit useless in later levels due to how many ghosts are in the house. Each time you start a level, it has a different maze, meaning you can't just memorize the path to the exit. I completed 10 levels, which was a pain due to how irritating both the controls and ghosts are in the game. On completion, you unlock an unlimited ride ticket, which means you no longer need to pay 20 gold to experience rides. When editing in DaVinci Resolve, I then noticed something. The creepy whispering audio is someone saying something reversed. Turns out I'm not the first person to discover this. The channel who uploaded the soundtrack for Rollercoaster World to YouTube also happened to reverse the audio so we can hear what the voice is saying.
Satan comes soon. Evil devil comes alive. You can live no more. He takes you to his old world. It called hell.
Not creepy at all. I can fully understand why this, mixed with the uncanny gameplay, caused so many children to walk away from this experience forever damaged. I got scared very easily when I was younger, so I 100% would have had nightmares from this game if I had played this as a kid. I literally got scared by In the Night Garden. For all its flaws, I feel this minigame was way ahead of its time. Survival horror didn't really break into the market until games like Amnesia spawned several million asset flip horror games in the hopes PewDiePie would play it. The game may not be as good as other coaster sims released at similar times, such as Rollercoaster Tycoon 3, but it is packed with so much charm and it's still fun. I hope that one day we find out more information about this game's development so we can shine a light on why it has such an unsettling vibe, but until then we'll never really know for sure. I really hope you enjoyed the video. I've been working on it for over a month due to not really knowing which direction to take it. I'm mostly pleased with it at this point, but I did remake several sections and move things around a bit to improve the pacing. Hopefully that's not too noticeable. If you watched this far, thank you so much and have a lovely day. Bye!